Hi, Gemini. It's Sunday. You're watching your girl, Whitney. It's snowing. It's most likely snowing where you are as well. Drama. One more shuffle. For you new to the channel, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay. This one went for that. I feel like there's something in my nose, but there isn't. I almost just lost the camera there. Whoa. I feel like it's somebody has lost all their energy and they've massively slowed down to a halt. Maybe you're working too hard. Because we even got Blaze one for the nation. This doesn't come in reverse. Because it shouldn't be in reverse. It's like somebody loves what they do so much, or they're obsessed with doing work, and this work is draining you. Someone's work is draining them. Yeah. Okay, so it's 911 emergency, but it's not like you got stabbed or you're gonna get shot or killed or something. That's like 911 to fuel in reverse. Like you're gonna run out of fuel, or yeah, you're running out of fuel, because this is cautionary. This is like something trying to warn you that I think you need to stop. You need to just kind of like chill. You need to hang for a bit, right? And maybe work differently. It's like slow down, slow down. It's time to slow down. It's, oh. I can hear, all we do is hide away. Someone's hiding. As I say that, House of Cards, that's hiding a hand. I just pictured my grandfather's house. Like back in the day, like the one that I would have known when I was like a baby. What's that doing showing up here? My heart hurts. I just kind of feel like someone's going to have a heart attack. And I just said that wasn't possible. And now my heart is like hurting. And I have this weird thing with my heart. It like just does random beats. It'll just like beat uncontrollably for like 5 seconds straight. Or like I'll be watching TV and it'll beat 3 times really fast and then stop, and then beat 3 times really fast and stop, and then beat 3 times really fast and stop. I feel like, and like if you know, like your heart is a muscle, like it can't take that type of strain, right? Like apparently that's like not good, but I'm never gonna go to a doctor. Call me old school, but I don't go to doctors to take pills. So I almost feel like someone has been working very hard to take somebody down. Maybe that's what it is. And it's like you're running out of energy. It's almost like somebody who is a monster or something in your past, like maybe your grandfather, and you're terrified of this person, and they stabbed you in the back. This was a union. Like somebody stabbed you in the back. Somebody stabbed you in the back that was married. Which is why it's like it could have been your grandparents. This is a karmic relationship, so there's a lot of like triggers here, a lot of turmoil. And I feel like if somebody did take advantage of you, they were like obsessed with you. And it is time to show this hand. It's time, like, you might have, and I'm kind of getting brought up to Manson. Like, Manson wrote this book a really long time ago, The Hard Road Out of Hell, I think it was called. And all I can remember from it was him watching his grandfather, like, masturbate or something to porno magazines in the basement, and his grandfather didn't know he was there, so he watched him. Anyways, he watched his grandfather do something in the basement, and he didn't know that Manson was there watching him. And now it's like, I can still hear that song, all we do is hide away. All we do is lie away. Because people lie, they hide, and they lie. And this person could have been hiding behind a relationship. You know, they could have been hiding behind a wife or hiding behind a husband. And them hiding, I think, might have really confused you. What is this work? Sorry if the camera is just bouncing everywhere. Makeshift tripod. Here we come. Okay, what's this work? Yes. Oh, shit. Okay, so somebody from the past, 6 of Cups. Okay, somebody from the past, you don't want to let through the gates. This is the Ace of Cups in reverse. This giant, it's like, man, you're going to be able to see these cards so much better in this light. But this is the Ace of Cups. It's a giant whale, okay? And there's Cerberus, the guard dog in the gates to the afterlife. And that 3-headed dog guards that with his might because he doesn't want that you're not allowed to cross, right? If you're not supposed to be there, if you're not supposed to be crossing those gates, you're not allowed to just, because people will just, even dead, and in the format of a soul, a vapor almost, they will still try to manipulate and do things and get things, as in trying to cross the gates of the underworld to get to somebody somewhere else. Like it's still kind of human nature, but in a soul, right? They don't want to go to the bad place. They want to go to the good place. So it's almost like somebody has been working their ass off, okay, to make sure that this person doesn't get through the pearly gates. Yes. Oh, Eight of Wands, defending it like a motherfucker. Okay? Like with as much might as you can that they didn't get this new start because they're a fool. They're a joke. Okay, they're a joker. They're not going to be able to get to where they think they can go. But I mean, everybody's got jobs, right? And it's like you might think that it's somebody else's job to keep your grandfather out of the gates of heaven if you believe in heaven and believe in hell. I believe we go to different dimensions. I don't really believe that there's a heaven or a hell, but I do believe that there's a good dimension and a bad dimension. And whether or not, I don't believe that this is the worst dimension of all. I don't. I believe that is a part of hell because of how much the individual, the human can do, and how much rage and vengeance and bullshit and just greed there is here, right? But I do believe that, like, you know, there's different dimensions where those greedy people go, and there's a reason why we're here because of other people's greed, right? Like it's everybody's right to breed, but it's almost like people, it's more like a privilege to breed, right? Like people use that right, and they're like, it's my right to have a baby, it's my right, and it's like, you know, no one's telling you it's not, but you can be responsible about it. And be like, just because I can have this doesn't mean I need it or want it. Right? Fucking greedy people taking things that they don't need. Whoa. So I think that the work has been done, okay? The work has been done by this witch to scare this person, right? I don't know if it's like to scare them into telling the truth or to scare them into just stopping trying to get through somewhere they don't belong, right? And then there's the Lovers and the King of Pentacles in reverse. Like this person, okay, this leprechaun, that obviously had some money or was greedy in some way because he's in reverse. And then the succubus energy in reverse, that means that there's something that has to get given back to you because of this, right? There was something taken, and it could have been taken for money. It could have been taken because they were in a very unhappy relationship. They were in a very lonely relationship. This person, okay, I do believe gets stopped. Okay, and that's the Seven of Wands. It's almost like they just, it's like they get suspended in time, which is probably why there's this hangman here. And you know, now what I'm thinking? I'm kind of thinking like The Walking Dead now. You know, in the show, a lot of people, you could tell, tried to kill themselves. But then they just came back because they didn't know that they had to get shot in the head, right? They didn't know that everybody had the virus, technically, right? So it's like, it's almost like I feel like this person is going to, it's like they die and then they're like resurrected death, or they're resurrected dead as a zombie, you know, living and eating flesh and people and rotting and all that crap, like going somewhere bad. Like almost, it's, I think that's why it's Mummy, because there is a zombie card, but it's like Mummy's almost the same thing, right? Like this Mummy is still alive, technically. They can come back from the dead if you open the tomb. His tomb is open, so that Mummy's allowed to come out, and that tomb is open. So I feel like whatever this is in the past. Oh, now I'm getting Radiohead's All I Need. Like somebody is in the middle of your pictures, and it's a very unsettling feeling, because I can see them too. So whoever this man is that's trying to get to heaven, they're not going to get there. I think if anything, they become the Walking Dead. So good for you. Because that could have been all your hard work to do this. And that's why it's like Blaze One for the Nation was trying to move. It was trying to move upward, because it's like now I feel like somebody can now take a break. Like, you did your job, you did what you were supposed to do, whatever it was, whoever this person was. Oh, look, Pegasus just showed up. Pegasus is the wonderful horse that takes people through battle and helps them win. So it's like, this was a battle that I think you weren't sure if you were going to be able to win because of how powerful this person was, how greedy they were, how big they are, right? Ace of Cups, this huge giant whale, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if in real life this person's obese. You know, they take up a lot of space, right? Because they're so greedy that greed can come through your body and can show like gluttony, eating your way to the top, right? And it's not even necessarily eating in this dimension. It's like eating in your dreams, fantasizing about eating. Like, I swear, when I first started smoking weed, this was like 10 years ago, I had a lot of water under my skin. I've never been big. I think I've always been the same size for like 20 years now. Since I was probably about 13, I've basically been the same size. But obviously my hips and things changed and stuff. And when I first started smoking weed, I fantasized about working out. Like, suddenly my spirit was so active that like I'd be watching TV, getting high, eating brownies, but I was working out in my head. And like 2 to 3 weeks later, I noticed like a 10 to 15 pound drop in my body weight. And I know that sounds weird. So continuing on to the next month of smoking weed for the very first time, I continued. I was still working out in my mind, like, just still, it was like all subconscious. I wasn't meaning to do it. I had a full-time job too. I was a waitress. I was a fucking bar waitress. I ran my ass off, but I still stayed the same weight. I was always just the same weight, right? And then all of a sudden I remember looking in the mirror and being like, I have a 6-pack. Like, and I worked I worked out a lot. Between the ages of like 17 and 21. Like, I worked out at a gym, like, a lot. But again, I had so much water, I didn't see anything. And then all of a sudden, I was like, I had this 6-pack. And like, every now and then, if I lose a lot of water, if I get dehydrated, that 6-pack comes back from 10 years ago still. Right? Like, your body has this amazing ability to hold on to muscle memory, right? And like, I mean, as long as you don't overeat, you don't abuse your body, you can stay physically fit. It's just the water that goes over top, right? It's like you can end up putting on 10, 15 pounds of water just like that and that's usually a demon. Like, that's usually some type of succubus in your body that's getting you to drink massive amounts of water so that it turns your appearance. It changes your appearance, right? And like, that could have been about this giant whale. Like, because it's a water, right? I feel like this person could have gotten into you emotionally. And it showed under your skin. It looked like you were gaining weight, but it's not. It's just water. If you had, started to work out or got rid of this succubus, you would have noticed weight just fall off you, because it's not weight. It's not actual fat. It's just water, right? So when I lost all that weight, it came out that I had a couple of health problems, but I think those were just always there to begin with. I think the doctors just used them as an excuse to say that there was something wrong with me for losing 40 pounds in 3 months. But I think I lost not 40 pounds, maybe like 20 pounds altogether, and never really gained it back. And then they, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I do feel like there was, weed kind of, released that succubus energy that was showing up under my skin through water. That's really what I want to say. Sometimes I just say too much. It's because I want you to understand. So I feel like I say too much for people to understand, but it's because I'm dyslexic, and you could tell me something 3 or 4 times and I will not grasp it until I grasp it, so I don't know if people are like me or not, and I'm like, I don't want to speak to you like you're an idiot, okay? It takes me a long time to explain things and get things explained too, so. Oh, hey, there's a card flipped. Ooh. 2 of Pentacles. So I'd say that was bullseye. You know, I think it's bullseye. I think and you know what? You will know, okay, if you do see like weight in your, like a loss in your skin, and like suddenly you can see, you know, like bones popping out and stuff. That could be a huge indication that this person that's been in your life, okay, really got into you through sex. Not even, it doesn't necessarily have to be intercourse, but it could be outer course, okay? And this could have also been in another dimension. This person could have had you captive in another dimension, sucking off of you. And you probably loved them so much in real life because you would have probably associated sex with love, right? Which was also another thing we talked about in the reading I just did before this. Totally different topic. This is like trauma. Whereas the other one is trauma too. It's noticing that deception is not love, right? Deceiving yourself and having people deceive you, that is not love. But growing up and believing that that's love because those are the only people around you. I feel like I just look like a pirate. I'm taking over the world. I wouldn't be surprised if I do take over the world. I have that type of emperor status. My sister has noticed it quite a few times. She's told me, Whitney, you cannot run a small country. And I'm like, damn right I can. Are you kidding? I could run a country. Trust me. Child's play. Anyways, okay, so your work is done. You did a good job, okay? Gemini, you did a good job. This nasty ass energy is, you did your job. You broke it down. So congratulations. Good job. Now it's time to have a break and smoke a fatty and send some good vibes to yourself because you did really good. See ya.